and just that kind of general stuff. I don't do that. I'm not two-faced. I try to do my best to help everyone, no matter what you've done to me. What is up, my wonderful little pups? And welcome to another episode of Veda. If you're new to this, Veda is Vlog Every Day in April. It is run by Amy Schmittauer from the SpasticSocial YouTube channel. It's a challenge she created to help people learn how to vlog and just get comfortable with being on camera. She provides us talking points for every day of this month. And for the whole 30 days, we are now on the 9th day, which is Saturday. The talking point is, how do you volunteer your time or give back? This talking point makes me sad and makes me feel bad because I'm one of those people where I love to volunteer, but I just get so tired. And I know that shouldn't be an excuse. I know it shouldn't, but I'm sad to say it is. I get so exhausted working my job and having a heart condition, and on top of that deciding to do this YouTube channel as a sort of hobby or goal. I'm not sure what I want to call it yet. When my heart works during the day, especially if I'm doing heavy lifting, which is what I have to do in retail. I'm a stalker. That's what I do. I pick up boxes full of product, and then I open them, put that product on the shelf, and break down the box, and eventually throw away all the boxes. I actually had to recently drop down to part-time because my heart couldn't take it. I was slowly getting worse. I was suffering from chest pains every other day because my heart was just beating itself to death. I kid you not. My heart was starting to spasm because of how fast it was beating, trying to keep up with not only the fact that it's a tachycardia and it beats fast anyway for no reason most of the time, but also because it's just strain, either physically or emotionally, makes my heart condition that much worse. And it's really hard to explain to someone who doesn't know anything about heart conditions how difficult it can be to deal with them, but I'm going to do something real quick and see if it works. But I am going to show you something just real quick, what my heart rate can get like just at rest, sitting and doing absolutely nothing. Here we go. This is an app on my phone called S Health, because it's a Samsung phone. You can see that one of my measurements one day was 145 beats per minute. And that was me barely moving at work, because my heart was doing that and I was getting dizzy and exhausted. See that, guys? 100 beats per minute. At rest, not doing anything. Alright, camera, whatever you're doing, can you please not? Well, I'm less white than normal, so that's okay, I guess. But yeah, the average range, if you can see on there, the average range is supposed to be like 66 to 82 for my weight. I'm never within that range. I am always over that range. And a lot of times when I'm asleep, I'm over that range by a landslide. Asleep. Not doing anything. In fact, where your heart rate should be lowest. I hate to say it, but that's something that kind of prevents me from doing any kind of volunteer work, because the kind of volunteer work in this area is high labor volunteer work. I'm sure there's some programs where you can, like a Boys and Girls Club kind of thing. I did that back in high school. I did volunteer work for a Boys and Girls Club where I went and I would just, color with kids. It was fun. I mean, I'm kind of awkward around kids, to be honest. It's only gotten worse the older I've gotten. I don't know why. I was the youngest in my family. I had 3 older adopted sisters and a half-brother, and I've almost always had step-siblings along the way. I have a very complicated family tree. So, I've never really been around kids enough to get used to the idea of being around a kid and knowing how to act around them. I don't know how I would do at being a volunteer in that respect. But other things is I guess I could say the way I volunteer or give back is that I just try to be the best person I can be for my area. I live in an area where people could care less about each other and they treat each other like crap, talk behind people's backs, and just that kind of general stuff. I don't do that. I'm not two-faced. I try to do my best to help everyone no matter what you've done to me. I work really hard in my job. I'm trying to give back to the community here on YouTube, if that counts for anything. I do my best to try to help others get what they need. Like, if a friend of mine at work can't afford lunch one day, I am more than willing to jump in and pay for their lunch so they can have something to eat. Because I know what that feels like. I used to work at Pizza Hut around food, and they would give me like 4 hours a day, and they would probably give me like 2 or 3 days a week at that. And that was barely enough to pay for the insurance on my truck back when I was in high school, and it was barely enough to, pay for the gas. My dad wanted me to learn from an early age how to fend for myself and take care of myself, so I had to buy most of my own food sometimes too. It was a learning process, but that's off subject. But I volunteer and give back by trying to be a very positive person, no matter how negative everyone around me is. I give back by helping others when they need help, even if they don't ask for it. I give back by just being nice to people and hoping that spreading that nice to the world will help make the world a little bit better. Because I believe in you get back what you give, even though a lot of times in friendship that doesn't happen. The people who you're friends with are just using you for something, and then once you've outlived your usefulness in that, they don't want to be your friends anymore. I've had a few friends like that in this town, and they've all moved away, so there's that. I just like, that's about the only way I can give back and volunteer, is just being a good person, and not letting the world corrupt me into a giant bee with an itch that just hates everybody and wants everyone to suffer and becomes two-faced, where I'll talk all nice and sweet to your face like you're my bestest friend of years, and then the next thing you know, I'm going to throw you under the bus to our boss when you were gossiping about something that they did that you don't like, so you're going to treat them like crap and try to ruin their life. That I've also had done to me a couple of times. On a side note, I want to wish my friend Potassium a happy birthday, because today is the 9th of April, and that's his birthday. So, happy birthday, Potassium. And I want to challenge all of the rest of you to spread positivity. No matter how someone else treats you, no matter how you're talked to, no matter what's done to you. Always try to give back and be nice to everyone. Even if that means just smiling and talking to people like they're people. Smile at them, say hi even if you don't know them. You never know what kind of people might be hidden underneath, because they feel the same need to scrunch up and hide in a tiny little ball, because this world has just become such a dark and cruel place. So that's my challenge to you, any of you viewing this. Give back by just spreading positivity, because when you're positive to someone, that person will be positive to another person because they feel better, they feel happier, and then they'll want to spread that as well. And that is what can make the world a better place. This kind of sounds like a very down episode. I'm sorry. But if you liked it, give that like button a lovable lick, bark at each other in the comments, paw at that subscribe button if you want to keep up with me and all the howling that I do, and please guys, invite others to come howl here on the channel, because I need the puppy pack to grow, and I can't do it without you. Keep humble and hungry, my pups. I'll howl at you next time. Fucking brain coral. There's some creepy sounds going on around me here. Pick up creature egg. I have a creature egg. I don't know what it does, but I have it. This one. I got a spawn wolf egg. And this one. Whoa. Tons of gold stuff. Look, golden carrots.